So one of the secrets to my daughter's hair growth is protective styling. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my reasons why I prefer braiding over twisting when it comes to her protective styles, plus some of the benefits of braiding. Now, if you're looking for a way to grow out your child's hair, the easy way to grow out your child's hair, then please try protective style. Now, protective style like braids can be beneficial for retaining length and promoting healthy hair growth. Braiding is a popular choice for many because it helps to protect the hair from damage. So if twist is no longer working for you as a protective style, please switch over to braiding, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys today my reasons for choosing braid for her protective styles. Okay, but before I share with you guys the importance of braiding, let me first point out the things that you should bear in mind, tips for braiding your hair for the best benefit. All right, so number one tip is to make sure that you prep your hair. And how can you prep your hair? You can do this by making sure that you're working on a clean hair. All right, make sure that you're washing your hair before you start. In fact, any protective style at all, it's important that you keep your hair clean. Now that you finish keeping your hair clean, the next point to do is to please moisturize your hair. Okay, so how can you do this? You can start with your leave-in conditioner, seal with your oil or butter. This way your hair stays protected and hydrated under the protective style. Remember, you can do this no matter the hairstyle you choose to use no matter the hairstyle that you choose to use as your protective style. Prepping your hair before any protective style will help you to achieve the length that you're looking for, or even if it's health or length, whatever your goal is, prepare your hair before you do any protective style to enjoy the maximum benefit. Now, the next point is gentle tension. Please, I always used to preach about being gentle on the roots when you're making any style. If you're making any style and you're not gentle, it's no longer a protective style, because then it's going to cause your hair to break, and which will cause is it traction alopecia? That alopecia that is caused by tension, too much tension on the scalp. And you don't want to be the reason why your child's hair is pulling from the root. Okay, so you have to be mindful of how tight or how firm you're holding the roots of your child's hair. Very, very important. Now, the next point is to protect your hair at night. Okay, so you've checked the boxes of prepping your hair before styling your hair. You've checked the box for being gentle on the roots and all. Now you also need to check the box of covering and protecting your hair even at night, because that is when your hair will dry out the most. All right, because of the pillowcase, the bedspread that you're using to sleep on. If you're not using a satin pillowcase or satin bedspread, please ensure that you're using a satin bonnet or a satin scarf to wrap your hair or your child's hair at night. All right, so that way you keep your hair protected and hydrated for longer. Now, another point I want to share is that you should remember to moisturize your hair in this braid. You can do this like every week, or you can do this like 2 times in a week. It all depends on how long your hair holds in moisture before it dries out. If you notice that your hair is drying out after 3 days of moisture, then maybe you should re-moisturize like a day before it will dry out. You just need to really study your hair and find out what works. But all in all, moisturizing your hair even in protective style will help you to retain more length, and will help to prevent your hair from breaking. So don't put your hair in a protective style and bid it adios until you see it again. That is not gonna work. My final tip is this one. I saw it from somewhere, like someone suggesting to take a break in between protective style. If you're doing like a braiding style, you should take a break after a while and try other styles. I feel like that's a really cool point. However, I don't really think if there is any major issue about that, because I've seen people do braid back to back, twist back to back, and I don't really think they are having any negative effect. Otherwise, I'm sure they wouldn't continue, right? However, for me and my girls, I sometimes used to switch up their hair. If I braid their hair now, the next time maybe I will do a cornrow, or the next time maybe I will do a thread. It just depends on the mood I am and what I feel will be fast at the moment. did you see how this girl is crying in this video? You would think that I'm harming her in a way, but I am not. Like, as a mom, I get to see this like every day. When I say every day, I mean literally every single day, like 10 times in a day. I don't know if it's like fun for one and not fun for the other. Like I have talked on top of my voice. I don't know if other moms are facing this kind of challenge where your children are literally fighting amongst themselves over one item like that. So anyway, you would notice that once she gets what she wanted, she will just keep quiet. And to think that she's the first child, acting so much like a baby, oh my god, help me. Okay guys, so let's talk about the benefits or the importance of doing braids on your hair. Okay, so the reason or the importance of braiding or protective style is the fact that it is low manipulation. Right, so if you are the type that is constantly brushing your hair, you're constantly combing your hair every day, because if you're not putting your hair in any protective style, of course you will have to look presentable, and one of the ways to do this is either you wrap a scarf around your hair or you brush your hair, right? But once you put your hair in a protective style, especially one such as braid, it is going to help prevent you from constantly combing and manipulating your hair. So yeah, braiding helps you to prevent over manipulation on your hair, which will also help you to grow out your hair in the long run. So another important reason for braiding your hair is the fact that it helps to reduce frizz. Okay, it minimizes frizz. Now, if you're not putting your hair in any protective style, it will easily tangle and rub around each other or rub on a fabric, which will cause it to frizz. Okay, and freezing is like is something that sometimes it is inevitable for natural hair, but the way that you can cut it down is by putting your hair in a protective style such as braiding. Twist, you might not get away with frizz that much, but if you see braiding, if your hair is freezing even while it is in twist, try braiding it, try putting it in a braiding. You will notice that the way that your hair will freeze on a normal day is going to drastically reduce. So yeah, that is one of the benefits of braiding our hair. All right, now another benefit is moisture retention. If you notice, once you prep your hair before braiding your hair and then you braid your hair, the day that you're going to take it down, you're going to notice that number one, there is no tangles. Number two, it's going to still retain an atom of shine. Like I've noticed this in different levels. All right, so braiding will help you to retain moisture. Okay, but remember that you have to prep your hair before doing so. For the maximum benefit, of course. So another reason, I kind of touched this in the previous point, is it reduces tension and knotting. If you're one who, even after you finish twisting your hair used to mat together, like knot up together, then try braiding. Braiding has a way of separating each section and still keeping it together. But yeah, braiding will help you to prevent knots and tangles. If you're noticing a lot of tangles with your protective style, try putting it in braids and let me know what you think in the comment section. So one of the reasons why you should also put your hair in a braiding protective style is the fact that it will enable you to have access to your scalp. Now you know that scalp health is very beneficial if you're looking for it to like grow your hair. A healthy scalp equals a healthy hair growth, right? Braid will give you access to your scalp, to give you access to take care of your scalp, but make sure that you're not putting too much tension. I can't emphasize this enough. Now the cons of braiding, to me, the biggest negative side of braiding is the fact that it takes a lot of time. Like it takes a lot of time to braid. It also takes a lot of time to unbraid. It takes a lot of time to install and uninstall, and that can be discouraging, especially for someone like me who really does not have much time. Okay, that's like the only negative side that I've seen when it comes to braiding. Now the reason why I prefer braiding to twisting my daughter's hair, I made a video I think last year or so where I twisted my daughter's hair and I left it for like over 4 weeks, and my daughter's hair literally turned to dreadlocks. If you're one who notices tangles and knots, you don't want to twist your hair. Like twisting is going to make your hair to knot together, especially if you leave it for long. If I make my daughter's hair and the twist is like 3 weeks, then I am in for it. for something huge. All right, so yeah, that's one of the reasons why I don't like twisting my daughter's hair, to avoid knots and to avoid tangles. Another reason is frizz, and I know that frizz is another reason why your hair might mat together, might knot up together. Like when there is too much frizz, it can like tangle around each other. So braiding will help you to prevent that. Another reason is my daughter's hair. Sometimes when I twist her hair tends to unravel, and part of this reason is because she's actually unraveling it herself. Like so many times when I do chunky twists for her, she will go to school and she will unravel it with her friends. But when I do braids for her, she can't just sit and start unraveling the braid, because she's using her hair to learn how to twist. She's using everything literally to learn how to twist. Now when I twist her hair, she go to school while she's learning about to pay attention. She's busy playing with her hair. So these are the reasons why I stopped doing twists for her hair. However, for me and Amanda, we can get away with doing twists and it doesn't really affect us if some of these things that I mentioned is true for you. Like if you're experiencing too much tangles, and also if you're looking for an easy way to grow out your hair, try braiding. It will help you a lot. Okay, and if you do it, let me know your results in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one. Please, if you've not liked this video yet, remember to give us a thumbs up before you leave, and subscribe for content such as this, and I'll see you in my next one. Ciao.